Hiya there and welcome to Trains, Planes and Automobiles. Right, what I'll be talking about today is the 1928 HMS Norfolk heavy cruiser. The HMS Norfolk, leader of a class of two heavy cruisers, slightly modified versions of the Londons, which entered service with the Royal Navy in 1930. The Norfolk class, the 8-gun heavy cruisers the Royal Navy acquired during the later half of the 1920s. 13 ships in total were essentially similar, the chief difference being the positioning of the voids, which were their protection against torpedoes. The Kents had external bulges, while the Londons and the follow-on Norfolks had internal voids. This made them somewhat cramped, but their finer lines gave them an extra knot at the same power. HMS Norfolk was constructed by Fairfield. She was laid down on the 8th of July 1927, launched on the 12th of December 1928, and completed on the 30th of April 1930. She survived the Second World War despite having her involvement in the fights with both the Bismarck and the Scharnhorst, by whom she was hit with two 11-inch 280mm shells, and she was sold for scrap in 1950. The choice for a 10,000-ton cruiser's main armament in the interwar period was straightforward, and like the displacement was subject to control by treaty. The Norfolks were heavy cruisers and mounted 8-inch 203mm guns in twin super firing turrets, 2 forward and 2 back, together with 4 single 4-inch 102mm AA guns and 4 2PDR pom-poms and 4 3 PDR saluting guns. The Mark 8 anti-aircraft guns were replaced by 4 twin Mark 16s, and the saluting guns were replaced by 2 octuple pom-poms early in the Second World War. During a long refit in 1944, the 8-inch 203mm X turret was removed, and the octuple pom-poms were replaced with 6 quadruples, 10 40mm Bofors and 22 20mm Oerlikons were also added. She was a heavy cruiser. She had 4 shaft geared turbines producing 80,000 shp. She had a length of 193.5 metres or 635 feet, and she had a beam, or should we say width, of 20.1 metres or 66 feet. She had a weight of 9,975 tonnes as standard and a fully loaded weight of 13,425 tonnes. She had a 710 staff and a speed of 32.5 knots. Both the Norfolk and her sister ship, the HMS Dorchester, were involved in the action which sank the German battleship the Bismarck on the 27th of May 1941. Norfolk fired 527 8-inch 203mm rounds and 8 torpedoes. The Dorchester 254 shells and 2 torpedoes, 2 of which hit and sank the ship. Dorchester herself sunk on the 5th of April 1942 by 2 direct hits from 10 bombs, one of which exploded in one of her magazines. That must have been pretty scary, all those rounds. Anyway, the range of the ship, a speed of 20 knots, was 6,500 miles. Anyway, that was the HMS Norfolk. Many thanks for listening, watching the pictures. Please like, comment and subscribe. Bye-bye.